That's a funny old looking tyre there. Oh, definitely wasn't expecting to find that in there. And that nut is not even done up. Well, this might get expensive. Hello guys, how's it going? AlexTheGrumpyOne here. Hope you're all well. Welcome back to my series. We're on episode 3 today. In the previous episode, I bought a £1,000 Scirocco. I got really lucky with the deal, but obviously being a £1,000 car, it has got its own problems. So in today's episode, we're going full inspection mode basically on the car to find out any issues, any unexpected problems. We'll go all the way up on the lift there. I'm going to be using the scissor lift today. We're done the test drive. I'm going to plug in Diagnostic tools, scan it for some codes, and we're going to make a list of all the parts, all the expenses and everything else that we're going to need to get this car top notch and get it ready for sale. So basically today we're going to find out if I messed up buying this car and the expense is going to be too much, or if I actually made the right choice, got lucky, and I'm going to be able to flip it for decent profit and move on to the next project car. Right, so if you're new to my channel, my name is AlexTheGrumpyOne. I've been a technician now, mechanic for the past 10-11 years, and the whole idea of this series is so I can prove to myself that I got £1,000 budget, which is what I already spent on the Scirocco here. I got really lucky. I'm gonna improve it, I'm gonna fix the problems using my knowledge, hopefully, and a bit of luck. I'm gonna sell it for profit, and I'm gonna carry on doing this till I get to my dream car. Right guys, so I'm gonna start with the underbody inspection first. I'm gonna treat it like I'm doing an MOT basically, because it does need one, so I'm gonna check everything. We're gonna have a look here at all the wheels as well for damage, because it's quite common on them to get damaged or cracked, so I'm gonna see if there's any repairs or if there's any issues there. Look at the suspension, check for corrosion. I know I'm on the scissor lift, it doesn't go up as high, that's why I got my creeper here from Draper Tools. So let's have a quick look and go from there. To be honest, looking at the exhaust here, they actually done an alright job. The one I had previously had similar thing done to it to delete the silencer, which is the whole box that you got here. So obviously I had new springs, new shock absorber that I need to check this all done up properly. On the alloys, there's obviously a little bit of noise from the brakes because they do need cleaning up, but the alloys are not damaged on the inside at least. The tyres look good, no bulges, no anything, no cuts. Handbrake cables, calipers, everything's looking good, nothing's leaking. The bushes actually look alright. No corrosion in this area, which is surprising to be honest, because most of the Sciroccos I've seen, they've got a lot of corrosion in these areas here. Bushes are usually deteriorated in there, the rubber ones, but this actually looks really good. On this side, obviously, yeah, we have got flat tyre, definitely. Looking at the alloy, there's a bit of corrosion on the joints there, so hopefully it is just leaking where the tyre joins the alloy. So yeah, all the common areas are actually not bad at all. Look at this side here. So far I'm really liking what I'm seeing. There's no issues with the exhaust, there's no leaks around the back of the engine, which is brilliant. The bushes at the back, I think they've been done recently, and also the lower arms that have been done, I think they've been done in the same time with the bushes. Looking at this truck roll has been done on this side as well. I'm honestly surprised the condition of the car for the mileage and for the year. On this side, passengers up front, no damage as well. So yeah, I think 4 alloys we are spot on. So we're gonna have a look at the suspension. Oh, definitely wasn't expecting to find that in there. Don't know how long he's been in there for, but still alive. I'll give it a shake. There's no play there. Right, so after shaking the wheel, I can't find any knocking. Anti-roll bar link, usually you check them when they either on the 4-post or on the ground. So let me have a look. Oh. Well, that might explain the play. Oh, it's split as well. It looks like brand new anti-roll bar link. I hope that is what it is, because that would be brilliant. That's the worst noise kind of gone apart from the flywheel. So if you look here, this is your anti-roll bar link. It looks new actually. I know it's a bit dirty, but it looks new. So he done it when he done the coilovers, but if you look at the seal, that is split, and I found that this nut is loose, and there's marks on it where it's been obviously rubbing and hitting it. Well, hopefully this is going to be our noise that I got. This will give me an opportunity to use my new JCB gun. Apparently this thing has got 620 Newton meters. Let's have a look. Bloody hell. That's not bad. It's quite a little gun actually. Well, that is not bad at all. I must admit, I'm pretty impressed. This is new range, I think, from JCB. Really light as well and tiny, and obviously has got quite a punch. Took those wheel nuts without any issues. Right, so on the rust here, it's just superficial, so it just needs driving and cleaning up. The pads have got about 6 to 7 mil left in the one as well, so that's pretty good. Actually, looking at this, I think I found why I keep getting the light coming on the dash saying that it needs brake pads replacement. It's because the actual sensor is broken, so I can fix that. It's quite common on them actually. There should be a plug there, and there should be a sensor coming out from the pads. I think it had new CV boots as well, and the drive shaft. The drive shaft looks new. Anyway, weird, but it has had quite a lot of bits replaced. So like I said, someone definitely looked after this car. Right, so let's get the rear wheels off. Honestly, looking at this, I'm really surprised. The back plate has been replaced recently, obviously. It got this spacer, has a decent quality. The brakes look good, no problems there, just need cleaning up. Caliper obviously been replaced not long ago. You got new shocks, new spring with spacers there. The brake pipes, they even look really good. There's no corrosion at all. That's awesome. And even the body there. Usually the places where you have got corrosion, it hasn't got any corrosion. So honestly, this is so far looking pretty good. Right, so I have found the anti-roll bar link loose and the seals are split on both of them, which is weird, they knew. But anyway, I think that's going to be our repair number 1. Right, so the car will need a full service, so that's going to be something else to add to the list. Because it is due one, so I'm just going to give it a full service, replace the brake fluid as well, just to make sure, and just give it a good check over once I'm doing that. Right, so the other item that's not going to be cheap, but it is a really important thing to do on them, and there is no service record on that, which is the cam belt and water pump kit. So I'm going to be replacing that. I definitely want to do that because I want to be able to sell the car and have that peace of mind that it's not going to go wrong, because if that goes wrong, that's the end of the engine. So the other repair that is a little bit tricky after scanning the car that I found out is the glow plugs. They're located there, 1, 2, 3, 4. You usually replace the whole pack. Well, 3 of them failed anyway, that's why it struggles to start in the morning. So they're tricky. Although they look easy, they can snap, and if it snaps and the tip stays in there or drops into the cylinder head, that's a big problem. If you guys are interested to know what is the tool that I use to go and buy the cars or scan the cars to find out the problems, it's a Moorcar 892BT. It's a brilliant diagnostic tool for under £500, which is amazing if you think about it, because it's kind of professional level, got lots of special functions, and you also got free lifetime updates. So that is a massive bonus, because most of the tools you have to pay for that. So it's under 500 quid. I got 10% discount as well for you if you want. It's in the description below, the link and the discount code. So yeah, I definitely recommend having one of them when you're looking to buy a car, or if you got a car to save yourself some money and diagnose some issues yourself. So I have got an unexpected repair. Is the unit here that keeps failing, keeps cutting out. So there's obviously an issue there. I'm going to check the connections first, and if not, I'm obviously going to have to fit another unit into it, because I think it's really important to have a unit working when you're selling the car. Right, regarding the interior, I know it's not unnecessary, but I just prefer to have the LED lights in here, because the yellow ones they got in it, they are a bit dim and they're a bit like kind of old school. So I think the refreshed LED, the blue or white, does help a little bit. It's got quite a few of them, a couple at the top, footwell ones. At the back you as well got one, and there's also another one in the boot. Right, so another repair to add to the list, which I think is going to be the most expensive one and the biggest job that we got here, is going to be the flywheel, the dual mass flywheel. And for that, obviously I've been told already by previous owner that that's an issue. An easy way to find out, when it's knocking after a long drive, when the car's up to temperature, you hear it knocking when you're on traffic light or when you're just standing with the car idling. So if you press the clutch down, the noise should change or it will disappear in most of the cases. So that's a good indicator that your dual mass flywheel is knackered. But for that, we're also going to need the clutch kit, because you wouldn't just replace the flywheel and not do the clutch kit. So that's going to be, like I said, the biggest expense and the biggest repair that we're going to have on this car. Right, so with the list here of all the bits that we're going to need, I think the best thing to do now is probably give our local parts department a call. They're the Napa Auto Parts that we use in the village shop, and we've been using them for over a year now. The team is great there, they're all really friendly. I set to the TDI, and it has got a start stop. I think going to need that option for the flywheel, I'm pretty sure. So the list is, I've finalised it now. You got the, yeah, okay, yeah, just give us a call back and then I know what the damage is and we'll go from there. Right, so that's obviously all the bits that we're going to need. So we got the parts cost here for the Campbell water pump, full service, all the kit, flywheel and clutch, and also the glow plugs due to the issue that we're having. It all comes to £822. That's already including VAT. So yeah, it's still under £1,000. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's quite a lot of money, but I think what we're going to do now is actually call a few workshops and price up these jobs if they were done somewhere else with the labor and everything else, just to see how much the difference is going to be. Right, so both of the workshops got back to me. One of them actually wasn't that nice, to be honest, but anyway, both of them got back to me with the prices for all the work. The difference in the price between both of them is about £300, which I don't know if it's due to different parts or if one's charging more labor than the other. So the first one was 2,100 and the other one was 2,400, well, thereabouts. And that is without the glow plugs issue going wrong. So yeah, and any other stuff apparently breaking when they're doing the clutch or flywheel. He just said to me that roughly if I was going to go main dealer for this job, I'm looking at over £4,000 to get all this done. That is mad. Right, so just to work this out, obviously, if I was going to go for that workshop, they got specialists there. It was about £2,400 without anything going wrong, and take away 822, that's £1,578 that I'm saving definitely already, and that's without anything going wrong. Now looking at main dealer, I suppose there's no point, but anyway, just to kind of work it out, £4,500 say that was without anything going wrong. Take away 822, that's £3,678. That's mental. I mean, I don't know if people still take them to main dealer, but if you do, that is quite a chunk of money there. Right, so I'm just making a list here, and I think first I'm going to concentrate on the essentials. Anti-roll links, full service, do the Campbell and water pump, and sort the glow plugs out. At that point, I should be able to take it for the MOT and see if that's going to pass, obviously. I think it should pass. I can't see anything going wrong there, but anyway, you never know. Then we're going to move on to the clutch and the flywheel. That should be our final job. Then tidy the car up and put it for sale. So I'm quite excited. I think I got quite lucky here, obviously depending on the repairs, see how that goes, but I think it's all looking good so far. Right guys, I'm looking forward to the next episode. We're going to start fixing our £1,000 Scirocco. Hope you're enjoying the series so far. If you are, please don't forget to subscribe. Comment below with your ideas as well and suggestions, and like the videos. I'll see you soon. Bye. So, £1,000 to a dream car. Am I going to make it or am I going to fail? I suppose we'll find out soon enough.